Hi children, welcome to Stella's Sweet Recipes. I'm Miss Elizabeth. Today we are going to make red velvet cupcakes. Let me show you the ingredients. These are the ingredients for our red velvet cupcakes. Dry ingredients: 190 grams of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, 200 grams of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cocoa, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We need to whisk our dry ingredients and set aside. In another bowl, we are going to mix our wet ingredients. 1 large egg at room temperature, 120 milliliters of vegetable oil, 180 milliliters of buttermilk, a tablespoon of red food coloring, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Remember, to make buttermilk, we need to mix our milk with a tablespoon of lemon. Once we have our wet ingredient mixed, we are going to combine the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients together. Finally, in a glass, we are going to mix 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 tablespoon of vinegar. While the mix is still bubbling, we need to add it to the batter and mix it well. Remember to preheat your oven to 180 degrees, and your cupcakes should be in the oven around 18 to 20 minutes. So before we start, we have to prepare several things. The first one is to prepare our buttermilk because it has to stand, the lemon and the milk have to stand for about 10 minutes. So we're going to start mixing our tablespoon of lemon with our 180 milliliters of whole milk, okay? Then we need to prepare our cupcake trays. You don't need to use this exactly, you can use an oven tray, but you do need your capsules, okay? Your cupcake capsules. And also remember to preheat your oven, okay? Now, we're gonna start combining the dry ingredients. And the first thing is to sift our flour. So I'm going to pour the flour in the sieve. Okay. And I am going to sift the flour. Okay, now that the flour is sifted, I am going to mix my teaspoon of baking powder, the 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt in the mix, and the sugar, 200 grams, and a tablespoon of dark cocoa. Okay, it needs to be cocoa and not colacao, all right? So just remember this. So we're going to sift and whisk the ingredients with a whisk, just to combine all the ingredients together. And we are going to place it apart, okay? Now we're going to mix our wet ingredients. So we need to mix our egg first. And I am going to mix it with my beater, and I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, now that our egg is beaten, we are going to pour in our vegetable oil, 120 milliliters of vegetable oil. We are going to pour a teaspoon of vanilla, and our buttermilk that it's already ready. You know, it looks like if the milk has lumps, and we're going to pour this in here. and I'm going to mix for just a few minutes. Okay, so now I have all my wet ingredients mixed and combined, and we're going to put in the food coloring. I told you in the recipe we say like 1 tablespoon, but you can adjust the color, okay? I have this red food coloring, and what we want to make sure is that it goes red. Now we have mixed our food coloring, and it's not really red. Just I will show you now when we mix with the dry ingredients that it will go a little bit more red. And if not, we can always add a little bit more of food coloring. So now we are going to combine both the wet ingredients with the dry. And I am going to mix again, okay? I'll show you now. Right now we have combined all the dry and wet, and I had to pour a little bit more of food coloring. It should look more or less like a dark red, okay? Now, the secret part of the red velvet. We have half a teaspoon of baking soda, which is not the same as baking powder, and we have half a tablespoon of vinegar. Now watch, because it's going to be a chemical reaction when I combine the vinegar with the baking soda. We're gonna mix a little bit, and while it's still bubbling, we are going to add it in our mixture, in our batter, and again we are going to mix with the hand mixer. Okay, so we have mixed our baking soda and vinegar with the rest of the batter, and now with the batter, and now what I've done is I've put it in a jar to pour the mixture in the cupcake capsules. We can do like this. Normally we fill up to 3/4 of the capsule. This is one option with the jar. And another option is to do the same, but with an ice cream scoop. And now I'm going to show you how to fill in the cupcakes with ice cream scoop. We do exactly the same what we did with the jar, but in this case we can control a little bit more if we're going to put too much batter in the capsule or less. Okay, I am going to finish filling all my capsules, and when I finish, I will put them in the oven. Remember, the oven must be at 180 degrees, and they are going to be in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes. And when they're baked, I will show you the result. All right, so here are our red velvet cupcakes that came out of the oven, and we have let them stand on the wire rack for at least 30 minutes before we can start decorating them. You can use any kind of cream, or you can use some whipped cream. I have made this cream cheese buttercream, and I'm going to show you how you could decorate your cupcakes so that they look tasty. Okay, we can do things like this, just to let them look really nice. Okay, I hope you try the recipe and that you send pictures to comunicacion@estelamariscolegio.com. Thank you. See you on the next video.